Hey Dom, this is Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into Jimin and kind of the hate he has been getting and people saying that he has responded to the hate he receives on a live stream and just what happened during his live streams and all that. I also wanted to talk about BTS recreating Squid Game and then kind of playing the game. So we have a lot to get into and talk about here. So grab your dumpling, tea spilling mug merch and let's jump into it. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first, leave your hate comment. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also, and you'll be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. First up, I need to say we still have the Tweetster shirts available in the store. They are limited edition and will be gone on the 26th of October. So if you want to get one, please go in the description to the merch store and pick one up. Now let's jump into what we are here for today. Jimin recently had his birthday live stream and it was beautiful. A lot of people online were upset they couldn't make it. That definitely sucks. I think no matter when BTS members do a live stream, there is definitely going to be armies from different parts of the world that are unable to make it for several reasons. Some include time zones and others include just working or going to school at that time. Personally, I just prefer to catch the replay as it will usually be captioned and it's not like I can interact with them too much anyway, as they don't know English that well yet. So I don't care when I watch it or catch the official live. I'll catch it when it's posted later. But since the live stream, there is this conversation about Jimin and hate comments. Fortunately, Jimin's live streams are extremely popular and there's like millions of people watching. So the live comments go by really fast and he is likely to never really see the rude comments unless he so happens to press on a rude comment to read at that moment. But even then, sometimes Asian phrases can come off rude. Like for example, saying someone got fatter in Asian culture when you see them is not considered a rude thing. It means you're eating well and have money, and he obviously would understand those cultural things and not be offended. But there has been this long debate for a few years now that Jimin is getting the bulk of hate comments and people are making up awful things about him. There have been really harassing comments ranging from accusing him of doing crimes to him being really crude and all that stuff. And all stuff that is completely made up with no evidence of it actually happening. This caused a huge backlash online, but instead of directing hate to the haters or the people that were actually doing something bad, they attacked anyone who seemed like they were saying something rude or showed their face. Because often these haters will create fake accounts with no faces. And so once the fandom locates someone who has a real face, they think that that is the person that caused everything and places the entire blame on them. When let's say they just posted, oh, this isn't my favorite Jimin song, I like the others. And they get death threats for causing hate to Jimin. So it's just a huge mess, and for a long time, anyone who addressed Jimin in a video or a comment was getting death threats. Not just hate, but have no fear, it's not just you. Even Big Hit got a bulk of those comments, and even a huge billboard truck parked outside their building demanding them to take action. If you see nothing wrong with this action, then you need to reevaluate your morals and ethics, because everything I just mentioned crosses a line. Recently, it was talked about how there were accounts that were making videos defending Jimin. I'm not entirely sure what the genre of this content is. Is it defending Jimin? People on the Tweetster went ahead and made up stories and emotional stories of Jimin tearing up and crying and talking about how Jimin felt reading those hate comments and how Jimin was negatively affected by these comments. None of that had actually happened. It went even further that allegedly TikTok videos were being made. I say allegedly because a lot of those videos were shared on the Tweetster, but if you went in and clicked on the link now, it is taken down and they seem to direct you to an error page. But apparently there were a lot of really triggering TikTok videos that were talking about Jimin wanting to unalive himself after reading these comments, and even went as far as videos talking about how we could all possibly lose him now. And of course, those went viral. I don't know how I feel about this. I understand the people who made these videos, what their intentions were. I believe the intention was to make people feel bad, and bad enough that they would stop making those hate comments. But on the other hand, it's very triggering for people to see someone talk about unaliving themselves. I mean, it's triggering for a stranger to talk about it, let alone someone you really care about. But here's the thing. The videos or fake videos of Jimin being upset doesn't do anything. Does anyone honestly believe those haters think that these are nice things to say? They know it's a mean thing to say. They know what they're saying is going to hurt someone. That's why they're saying it. If they see videos of Jimin being sad, that's going to make them happy. That's what they wanted. When I first came into K-pop, I was seeing some fake fans trying to get Jennie from Blackpink to hurt herself. Like threads of this online. I was like, what is wrong with these people? Like, it's actually rare to see this type of behavior within the American pop music fan culture, but it seems to be quite common to see these types of comments and behaviors within K-pop fandom. I mean, that's not okay. Jimin does not read English comments. I don't think Jimin sits there and reads too many comments to begin with. I think at this point he knows to stay offline and off those types of comments. You should definitely support and defend the people you love, but at a certain point, making emotional videos and just making stuff up isn't exactly defending your case. It doesn't prove your point, and if haters find out the video is fake, it completely dismisses every point you've ever made, right? Like, your credibility is gone. I was so excited that Jimin felt brave enough to come on the VLIVE for his birthday and talk about what is going on with him and just share a very special day. He is 26 and super successful and is super talented. He is someone who deserves fame and success. I would imagine someone like him, if you were to strip all of his money away from him and all of his fame, he would just do it again and make his money back again. When you look at someone that is that successful, there is a reason why they are, and they have something you can't take away from them. I think the magic of Run BTS is something kind of like that as well. I think the magic that we feel from watching the show is a feeling that they will be able to recreate with any show that they do. So have no fear that the show is coming to an end, and to be happy that we will get to see In the Soup, which I'll be reacting to on Patreon, link below. And In the Soup will be just as magical. Run BTS is more of a game show type of vibe, and they have done the best things on the show. To kind of close this chapter for a little bit, let's talk about the best moments. There has been 3 times BTS has played or recreated Squid Game. This was also talked about on Koreaboo, so I'm just going to go over what they said. If you don't know what Squid Game is, it's similar to Hunger Games, where actors or the characters in the story play a game to win a cash prize. But losing is death. Now, BTS's stakes in Run BTS is nothing like that, but they do have a penalty when the members lose. So similar, right? But BTS has played red light, green light in the show, and BTS even did the famous toffee honeycomb thing. And they even did the star shape on it. And they had to cut out the shape before breaking the shape. I know red light, green light was common. I think it's called something different in other places, but that is what I know it as. But the honeycomb game seems to be something that also existed before, apparently. And it just wasn't popular. I don't think Squid Game had any games that were like made up by the show. I think it was all games that existed already, but they just made it more dramatic and deadly. Dude, if there's a YouTuber watching that wants to recreate a live action Squid Game, I would love to partake. I would die immediately, but can I partake anyway? There was even a version of red light, green light where BTS did cushions and were sliding with that. That was a very cute episode. I think they did a good job playing it, and on Run BTS, the boys played these games in a much less serious way, and it's so goofy and fun. It's just super chaotic for no reason, and it makes it a fun time to watch. I have no doubt that in the time they will spend on In the Soup, they will for sure be playing fun games and being super chaotic with it. I think there were some notes that critics were giving big hit after the first season to improve the show, and I'm curious if they will take any of those notes into their show. One of the notes was definitely getting an even nicer place for BTS to stay at, and they definitely did that. And yes, we should be happy that they are getting a nicer place. All this means is that when we watch the videos and episodes, we can enjoy the nice place and beautiful scenery as well. Because it wouldn't be as enjoyable if we were watching them hanging out in dark alleyways all day. I mean, I would still watch, but I wouldn't be happy about it. Because I don't want them to get tetanus. That is a disease, by the way, if you didn't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving your comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you would like to see over there. We currently do have over 400 videos that are already up on there. The moment you sign up, you'll have access to, and we do have a great time having fun and interacting with each other over there too. So if you're interested in any of that, link is in the top description down below. There's also a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. That video is on the front page and you can check it out. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on the screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.